So I am moving out.
Well, we're moving on now.
No. I like that show. I can't afford that music. It's moving day. Finally getting up and out of the classroom. And if we're being completely honest here, I haven't used that smartboard since like 2019. Things in hand. You go. Yes. A lion is a dot that went for a walk. Wind in the willows, although I never saw any wind. A lot of willows. All right. Look familiar. You'll be coming back soon, just in shorter segments. I do read the emails. Oh man, this is one of the first comic books I ever made, along with this one and this one right here. Believe it or not, I did write my own comic books and my own comic strips, and I used to do my own movies. Not to say that I don't now, they're just more animated and colorful and shorter. But back in my old college days, I made movies, wrote novels, cartoons, did comic strips for a newspaper. See, as a kid, I couldn't wait to grow up and become a cartoonist, not knowing that as a kid, I could be a cartoonist right then and there, which I did do some of my own cartooning back then, obviously, complete with character guides. I loved daydreaming when I was a kid, and I wanted to do so many big things. And both as a kid and as a grown-up, I got to do and am still doing some of those big things, and can still do more. There's nothing wrong with wanting to dream big, just like the little girl in the next story that I'm about to share with you. Now, she has some pretty big dreams and wants to go on some pretty big adventures. But the important thing is that she has someone to share those adventures and dreams with, which, in my humble little opinion, is just as important as the dream itself. With beautiful illustrations by Fuji Takashi, from Felecia Williams, this is Grandma, I Wanna Be. Grandma, guess what I want to be when I grow up? Asks Jasmine. What is it, baby? Asks Grandma. Everything, says Jasmine. Everything? Oh my, Grandma says. Come on, Grandma. I have lots to show you, Jasmine says, pulling Grandma's hand. Okay, as long as we're done before bedtime, winks Grandma. Grandma, I want to be an astronaut, Jasmine said. Maybe you will visit Mars, or a planet we haven't discovered yet, says Grandma. I wonder what this button does, wonders Jasmine. Prepare for takeoff in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll be right back, yells Jasmine. Zooming through space makes me hungry, giggles Jasmine. Would you like a freshly baked cookie? Asks Grandma. No, I'd like a whole bakery full of cookies, cakes, pies, and every kind of goodie, says Jasmine. If I become a baker, we can eat them all day, Jasmine said. That might make my tummy sick, says Grandma. That's okay. I can do all the tasting. Yum, says Jasmine, rubbing her tummy. I want to be the first female African-American president of the United States, says Jasmine. Now that I can see, my dear, smiles Grandma. Maybe Mr. Barack Obama can teach me how, says Jasmine. Can you call him, Grandma? I don't think I have his new number, laughs Grandma. Look, Grandma, this desk is big enough for all my stuffed animals, Jasmine said. Vroom, vroom. Do you like my race car, Grandma? Shouts Jasmine. What did you say, dear? Shouts Grandma. I can't hear you over the engine. I am going to drive all the fastest cars in the world, Jasmine says. Ready, set, go! Grandma waves the starting flag. First place, here I come, says Jasmine. Are you getting tired, Grandma? Asks Jasmine. Just a little. It's hard keeping up with you, jokes Grandma. I'm going to be a doctor too, just like Dr. Kimberly, says Jasmine. I can help you have lots of energy. You will be a very smart doctor, says Grandma. Now take a deep breath so I can listen to your lungs, Jasmine said. I'm going to be a firefighter too, says Jasmine. That sounds dangerous, worries Grandma. I can help children climb out the window and even rescue animals, Jasmine said. We are lucky to have someone as strong and brave as you, says Grandma. See, Grandma, I saved the puppy, says Jasmine. You did it. Now please climb down before you get hurt, insists Grandma. I will be a police officer too, Grandma, so I can keep people safe every day. I feel safer already, says Grandma. Children never talk to strangers and always look both ways when crossing the street, explains Jasmine. Good work, Jasmine, gushes Grandma. Just doing my job, Grandma. Just doing my job. Tell me if you noticed anything suspicious, says Jasmine, looking around. Look, Grandma, squeals Jasmine. It's my latest experiment. Well, whatever it is, I know you will discover great things, Grandma said. Yes, when I am a scientist, I will help make the world a better place, says Jasmine. But first, teases Grandma, we need to clean up this mess. I'll become a lawyer and fight for justice, says Jasmine. We certainly need more people like you, grins Grandma. See, Grandma, my client is not a bad person. I believe you should give him another chance, argues Jasmine. I'm not sure, says Grandma. But Grandma, you always give people second chances, says Jasmine. I will think about it carefully, says Grandma, pounding her gavel. I'll be a teacher too, so other kids can grow to be everything they want to be, Jasmine said. Good idea, admires Grandma. Class, today we have a special guest, announces Jasmine. Her name is Grandma. Let's show her how good we are at spelling. Maria, will you please spell the first word? Asks Jasmine. Clever. C-L-E-V-E-R. Excellent, cheers Jasmine. All of you are very clever. Before you can live all your dreams, says Grandma, you have to go to school. I can't wait, says Jasmine. Going to college is one of my dreams too. I will be in the front row when you graduate, says Grandma. I would like to thank my grandma, who always believed in me, says Jasmine, giving her graduation speech. Go, Jasmine! Cheers, Grandma. That's my granddaughter. Sleep well, my child, and keep dreaming. I will always believe in you, whoever you become, promises Grandma. And Grandma kept her promise. Oh. Now these are some old favorites. Another good one. Highly recommend this. Oh, now this is an oldie but a goodie. You know, I used to read this one as a kid, because if anybody knew how to talk to animals, it was Dr. Dolittle. And if anybody knows me, they know I'm a huge animal lover. And dogs, just like us humans, need love and caring too. And I happen to know just the perfect people who love to take great care of dogs. They own a puppy salon, and it's called Wash My Dog. Now, as you can see, I've still got a lot of packing to do. So why don't I turn you guys over to my good friend Terrell, and he can tell you all about what it's like to work in a pet salon. So let's take a trip to Wash My Dog.
Hello, boys and girls. So my name is Terrell, and I'm one of the owners of Wash My Dog. We're going to take you inside to show you a little bit about what a groomer does. Come on inside with us. Here we go. So welcome to our salon. Look at this lovely dog right here. Isn't he or she beautiful? So a little bit about grooming. For all of you out there that have dogs, I know your dogs may go and roll around in the dirt or like to play and get really dirty like you. They have to take baths. And some of them even need their haircuts. How many of you like to get your hair cut? Raise your hand. I know some of you don't like to get your hair cut, but just like dogs, they don't like to get their hair cut either sometimes. But sometimes they really do. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the process of what happens when your dog comes to get their bath and haircut. Who wants to go? Come on. So once they come in, they get checked in right here. We have our receptionist here, and she checks every dog in so that we know what they're going to get. Then from there, we're going to take you to our tub area. This is the bathing area. We have 2 tubs. Not like your tubs at home though, right? These are these nice big old still looking tubs. We have little hinges on it so that the dogs don't jump out of the tub and hurt themselves. I know you like to jump out of the tub when your mom tells you, no, you gotta stay in. Some of you like to stay in the tub. And right here, we have a doggy who's getting bathed right here. This is what happens when you're going to go get your bath. You get the little soap ball in your body, and we try not to get soap in the eyes, but here's the thing. We use blueberry soap. So it's made from blueberries, so it does not burn the eyes. And they get their wash right here. They're going to get suds up. They're going to get all that dirty, nasty, gooey, dirty paws off of their body. And once they're done with this, then we take you to the drying room. See, isn't he cute? Come with us to the drying room. We have this wonderful table where we put the doggies on and we put the hinges on so that, well, these are called nooses or leads, so that the dogs don't jump off the table because they can get hurt. And once they're on the table, we start the drying process, which is this blow dryer, which pushes out lots of warm air really hard so that we can get all the kinks and the dirt and the water off of their body. I know when you get your hair washed at home, you probably towel dry your hair, maybe not blow dry, but you know your mom or your dad, when they go to the salon, they get their hair blow dried in that little machine. This is similar. It just pushes out the air. And then once they're dry, if they're done with just getting a bath and groom, then guess what? We have beautiful bandanas for them that we put on. This is our Christmas bandanas. And I have perfume, doggy perfume. So guess we got Chanel, we have baby powder, Polo. So these are the colognes that we spray on so they can smell good. And then off they go to get their hair cut. So we'll go into our little grooming area. And as you can see right here, this beautiful little one right here, this is Danica, she's our groomer. And they're gonna get their hair cut, just like when you go to get your hair cut. Sometimes you may wiggle around and scream and cry, right? And sometimes you don't. So this dog is doing really good. He's gonna get his hair cut. So that's the process of going to the groomer. And then let me show you our daycare. For all the doggies that just want to come in and play, these doggies right here are just waiting. They're done with their groom. Let's show them the dogs. We got Misty, Max, and Ellie, and they're all ready to go home. And over here is our kennel area, where we put our doggies if their mom's not here yet or we don't have the space. We put them in here and they wait. Or sometimes we have to blow dry them with our kennel dryer because they're afraid of the dryer that we have in there. So, we've taken you on this trip to the groomers. And if any of you ever want to become a groomer as you get older, these are the things that you're going to have to learn how to do. To bathe the dog, to wash the dog, to cut their nails, to clean their ears, and to shave their body and give them a nice cute haircut. So thank you for taking your time to watch us. And hopefully if you have any questions, you can come check us out at washmydogla.com. Tell your mom to go on our website and your dad and they can check us out. All right, have a good one.
look what I found. Perfect timing, just in time for the next story. And my next story is all about keeping your mind on what's important, like sharing love with people you care about most and making them feel loved. Now, this next story, young readers, I'd love if your grown-ups could sit with you and watch with you too. Now, it can feel sweet, and it can feel fun, and it can even feel sad, and that's okay, because I want my readers to know that it's a beautiful book and a wonderful story and a very happy ending. So, readers and watchers, it is my pleasure to read to you No Hair, Don't Care. No Hair, Don't Care. Written by Shaquita and Lexie Estes. Illustrated by D.G. Hey, my name is Lexie. I am a smart, popular, and sweet third grader. I live with my parents and my older brother, Logan. Lately, my mom has been acting very different. She doesn't seem like herself. She has been very tired and sad. One day, I asked my mommy, "Are you okay?" She said, "Your father and I have something to tell you and Logan." So, my parents sat us down and told us that my mommy had been diagnosed with breast cancer. That means she is very sick. Daddy explained to us that over the next few months, Mommy would have to see some special doctors who would help her feel better. I was very sad, but I knew my mommy would need all of our support because she was about to start chemotherapy. Chemotherapy, often called chemo, is a treatment with medicines that stop the cancer cells from growing. After Mommy had her second chemo treatment, her hair began to get very thin and fall out. Her hair was falling out more and more each day. She didn't know what to do because she loved her hair so much. So, one day, my Auntie Cheryl and Auntie Jen decided to take my mommy to get a beauty makeover. First, they started at the hair salon. Then, they went to get her makeup done. That afternoon, when I came home from school, Mommy said, "I have something to show you." Mommy took off her headscarf, and to my surprise, she had no hair. Mommy said, "Don't be afraid, Lexie. I'm still your mommy, with or without hair. So our motto should be, no hair, don't care." Then I asked my mom, "What if people laugh, make jokes, or ask why you don't have any hair?" My mom said, "We won't worry about what people say. All that matters is that we love each other very much." Then I shouted from the top of my lungs, "You're right. No hair, don't care." Mommy occasionally wore colorful head wraps, knit hats, and wigs. She also loved to put on her makeup, which made her feel confident. Not only did Mommy lose her hair, but she would be extremely tired after her chemo treatments. We became creative in how we spent time together. So for the next 6 months, I would crawl into bed with her to snuggle, read books, or watch a good movie. This way, we both could feel loved. One morning, I went into my mommy's bathroom to get my hair done, and I noticed she was not wearing her head wrap. I asked her, "Why are you wearing your head wrap?" Mommy said, "I feel a lot better because I finished my chemo treatments." I told her I was so happy for her, and I gave her a big hug. As Mommy began to feel better, we started going places again, like the movies, shopping, and church. Each morning, Mommy listened to encouraging sermons that lifted her spirits. She loved to recite one of her favorite Bible verses, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." One day, Mommy surprised me at one of my school events. I was nervous about how my classmates and other parents would react to Mommy. Would they wonder what had happened to her? Mommy saw a worried look on my face, and she whispered in my ear, "Remember, no hair, don't care," when she reminded me of our motto, I felt so much better. Each day as Mommy's hair grew longer and longer, I would rub it and tell her how much I loved it. We both looked forward to seeing all the different hair stages that Mommy would go through. To tell you the truth, my Mommy is one of the strongest women I know, and I will always admire her strength and beauty. I hope and pray that God will give me the strength to be as strong as my Mommy. Through this entire journey, Mommy and I realized that even though there were some good and bad days, we made it through the storm, with or without hair. We like to say, no hair, don't care. Breast cancer is a challenging disease, but with God, our family, and friends, my mom overcame breast cancer. You know, that lady is my hero. See, you don't always need a cape or a superhero suit to be a superhero, but she did have superpowers. You want to know what her superpowers were? Confidence and joy. She believed in herself and in her faith, and that carried her and her family through a very hard time. But it was her love from her family and love of her faith that made what could have been a very hard and sad time into a powerful and happy season. She chose to focus on love and happiness. So with that said, 1B this time. Be happy. And Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, and I'll see you next year.